toi. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is David Fletcher, and on behalf of Legion 263 and the President Bob Chapman, welcome. We are pleased to see you all here. It's the first time in the past few years that we've been able to come together without the difficult restrictions brought on by the COVID pandemic. But we learned something important during that time. No matter what is happening around us, and no matter where we are on November the 11th, we can take time to remember our fallen comrades. The Second World War ended in 1945, which makes the average age of our veterans still with us today 95 to 100 years old. The Korean War ended in 1953, which makes those veterans also in their 90s. Today we also pay tribute to the men and women who served in the recent conflict in Afghanistan, many of whom came home with injuries both to mind and body due to the terrible scenes they had witnessed while there. These men and women whose sacrifices as part of the Canadian Armed Forces led to our freedom today. Today we also honour those still serving our country in areas of conflict and taking part in operations to maintain peace, and those serving in humanitarian missions. This November we also pay tribute to Her Majesty the late Queen Elizabeth, and we remember her own military service as an army driver and mechanic during the Second World War. It was great sadness that we learned of her passing only a few short months ago. In commemoration, the Legion is going to create a special pin of remembrance. We remember all veterans from all conflicts, missions and backgrounds at this time of the year, but in 2022 we also commemorated the 80th anniversary of the raid on Dieppe. In August 1942, almost 5,000 Canadians were part of the Allied forces that stormed the French coast in Dieppe. This battle cost many lives and taught many lessons that led to D-Day, the invasion of France, and the eventual victory along the beaches of Normandy in 1944, which led to the end of the war. We remember over 900 Canadian veterans who gave their lives at Dieppe. Our poppy is a symbol recognised around the world. It reflects the ultimate sacrifice of those who have served our nation over the years. As this poppy symbol, we used to remember these brave souls. It is also the symbol of our yearly poppy campaign, when our friends and fellow citizens wear a poppy and support this campaign. They are ensuring that we can continue to help care for veterans and families who are still with us today. Every year, Canadians are very generous with their donations. Close to $20 million goes back into communities across the country for targeted programs and services. This includes things like financial assistance for our veterans in need and programs to help veterans living with operational stress injuries. Many branches also offer financial support to Army, Air and Sea Cadets, as well as other youth groups. Wherever possible, we take part in remembrance and poppy campaign activities. The Legion remains the largest veteran support and community service organisation. We have 250,000 members in 1,380 branches. We all saw just how much during the pandemic when members made wellness checks on veterans or designed drive-through meal pickup events. We have common values. We have renewed our commitment to equality, inclusion and diversity, so we can faithfully serve all veterans and members regardless of gender or background. We understand that remembrance happens all years. By recognising significant milestones and occasions through the year, we pay tribute to those who risked or gave their lives so that we may live our lives in peace. We also pay tribute today to the RCMP members, first responders, and all those who are in the first line of duty to help those in need. On November the 11th, we wear a poppy to honour all our veterans. We will remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice. We will now repeat this speech in French. Not from me, by the way.
Bonjour. De la part de la Légion de Coquitlam 263 et le président Bob Chapman, bienvenue. On est content de vous tous voir ici aujourd'hui. C'est la première fois depuis les dernières quelques années que nous pouvons se réunir à cause des limitations du pandémie de la COVID-19. Mais on a appris quelque chose d'important durant ce temps. Peu importe ce qui est en train d'arriver autour de nous, et peu importe où on est sur le 11 novembre, on peut prendre du temps pour se souvenir de nos frères d'armes morts au combat. La Deuxième Guerre mondiale a terminé en 1945. Ce qui fait le Moyen-Âge de ces anciens combattants encore vivants entre l'âge de 95 et 100. La guerre coréenne a terminé en 1953, ce qui fait que le Moyen-Âge de ces anciens combattants est aussi dans les années 90. Aujourd'hui, on aussi présentera nos suspects aux hommes et femmes qui ont servi dans les récents conflits en Afghanistan. Plusieurs d'entre eux qui sont retournés avec les blessures non seulement au corps, mais à l'esprit aussi. En raison des scènes, moments et expériences terribles qu'ils ont vues et survécues au combat. Les sacrifices de ces hommes et femmes des forces armées de la Canada vont nous amener aux libertés qu'on a aujourd'hui. Aujourd'hui, on va aussi honorer celles encore en service de notre pays dans les régions de la conflit et qui sont en train de participer dans les opérations de maintenir de la paix et celles de les missions humanitaires. Cette novembre, on va aussi présenter notre respect pour Sa Majesté la Reine Elisabeth et son sœur.
I catch about every 8th word, a 10th word because it's close to English.
Et mécanique pour l'armée durant la Deuxième Guerre mondiale. C'est avec la tristesse profonde qu'on a appris de son décès il y a seulement
I
quelques
think
mois.
my Dutch is better
En
than my
commémoration,
French.
la Légion est en train de créer une épine commémorative. On se souvient de tous ces anciens combattants, de tous ces conflits, missions et milieux à ce temps de l'année. Mais en
Never did learn
2022,
German.
on a aussi commémoré le 45e
grandma wouldn't
anniversaire
teach
du
me.
rêve de Dieppe.
She
Dans
spoke
août de
German.
1942, presque 5000 Canadiens
And,
étaient partis des forces alliées qui ont attaqué les
I
plages
think
de
that
la
was
côte de
because of
France
the
à
wars.
Dieppe. Cette bataille était
In World
responsable
War
pour
I,
le
it probably
perte de
wasn't
plusieurs
very
vies et
popular to
enseigné
people
plusieurs
weren't
leçons
very
qui ont
popular who
mené
spoke
à
German.
le débarquement allié, l'invasion de la France et la victoire ultérieure sur les plages de Normandie en 1944, ce qui a finalement mené à la fin de la guerre. On se souvient de plus que 900 anciens combattants canadiens
I
qui
should
ont
have got her
perdu
to
leur
teach
vie
me
mondiale.
Russian, I guess.
Le cocorico est un symbole reconnu
She didn't speak
internationalement
Russian, so
et représente le sacrifice suprême des gens qui ont servi dans l'armée de notre histoire. Comme le cocorico est le symbole utilisé
So I tried to take German in high school, had the books and everything, and then they told me I couldn't take it because it was
Pour nos
correspondence and
amis
it was
et
too
compatriotes
hard.
soutiennent cette campagne, ils sont en train de garantir qu'on peut continuer d'aider les anciens
going to a
combattants et
French
leurs
class
familles
that
qui
you
sont
hate
encore
is-
avec nous aujourd'hui.
Yeah. You know,
Chaque année, les Canadiens
This is
sont
far
très
better.
généreux avec leurs dons. Presque 20 millions de dollars
French is an
retournent
awful
aux
language,
communautés de
especially
chaque
French
région du
Canadians.
pays. Les dons sont utilisés pour les programmes et services
Constantly
spécifiquement
rolling
pour les
snot.
anciens
That's what
combattants.
they're doing when they
Cela
make those
inclut des
noises.
programmes d'assistance financière
awful.
pour les anciens combattants et des programmes qui
French is
supportent la
actually-
You gotta work up the
pour
phlegm.
ceux en train de souffrir
French
des
is
maladies
quite a-
mentales.
Une craie.
Les succursales sont aussi responsables pour les
Do you
financiers
speak
pour les
French?
organisations
A little
comme les
bit.
cadets marines et de l'armée. Et plusieurs
I actually
organisations
carried-
différentes.
the subtitles
Pendant
in the
ces
movie I was
ces
watching
organisations
last night.
font
On a
partie de la région
conversation
soutenir
with
les
a
affaires
Belgian
du
who
programme
didn't
du
speak
Petit
English.
La
He
Légion
spoke 5
continue
languages,
d'être
but he
la
didn't
plus
speak.
grande organisation
or
de
Lux- he
support
was
pour
from
les anciens
Luxembourg,
combattants
actually.
canadiens. Et continue d'être une
So the only
ressource
language
pour
we
les
had in
membres de
common
la
was,
communauté. On a plus
French.
que 250 000 membres dans 1300
He didn't punch me in the
plus
face, so
vers
I must have done
Canada.
something right.
Au cours de la pandémie, les membres de notre
They
communauté
speak French
se
in
sont
the same
montrés
way
à
that
l'auteur de la
French
situation
Canadians
en
speak
faisant la
French.
livraison d'une nourriture et
Now
en
the
vérifiant que nos
Luxembourg
vétérans allaient
speaks.
bien.
They have
On a déjà
everybody
le comment.
borders on.
On a
Belgian-
renouvelé
all the
notre
different
Belgian
engagement
French.
pour l'égalité,
Belgian
l'inclusion
French.
et la diversité.
It's like
Donc,
French
nous
Canadian. They
devons
got a lot of
tous fièrement
different
servir
words.
notre
Luxembourg
vétéran, peu
French
importe
is
notre
not-
genre humilié.
Is French
On
French.
reconnaît que les souvenirs
would
arrivent
be
tout au long de
Parisian.
l'année. En reconnaissant les événements marquants au cours de l'année,
There's
on
different
rend hommage
dialects in
à ceux
France,
et
too.
celles qui ont tant sacrifié
Yeah,
pour qu'on
Parisian
puisse
is the
vivre
main
en
one.
paix. Sur le 11 novembre, on porte un coquelicot pour souvenir de nos anciens combattants. Nous allons se souvenir de ceux qui ont fait le sacrifice suprême pour notre pays. Ce matin, à 11h, on va observer 2 minutes de silence.
Thank you,
Poor
Josephine.
confused puppies.
They're like, why am I here?
Yeah. They're surrounded by people. You get nervous, some of them. But this guy here, he's pretty
We'll
nervous.
ask Reverend Eric Mason to lead us in prayer.
So since from time immemorial, humans have piled stones one upon another to remember significant events or significant situations that have occurred. And we follow that line by having a stone here, this cenotaph. Our cenotaph is a memorial to those who heard the call of sovereign and country, who went away and did not return. Those whom they left at home and those who returned have the privilege to take time to remember. As we gather to remember this day at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, when for a moment time will stand still. Let us keep in mind our duty and remember and follow the example of those who've gone before us. A reading here from the book of Isaiah. Why do you say, O Jacob, and speak, O Israel, my way is hidden from the Lord, and my right is disregarded by my God? Have you not known? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He does not grow faint or grow weary. His understanding is unsearchable. He gives power to the faint and strengthens the powerless. Even youths will faint and be weary, and the young will fall exhausted. But those who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. I invite you to join me, no matter what your faith tradition is or what your spirituality is, to join me in prayer as you feel you are able. Prayer expresses the deepest longings of our individual and collective spirit. We join together to give words and wings to our cherished ideals and yearnings for a just and loving world. We look into our hearts to reveal our deepest desires and to give voice to our common humanity. So I ask you as you're here, as you feel
Did
comfortable
he
to
stop
join
for
me.
coffee when he picked you up?
Loving God, in
No.
whom is heaven, we give thanks again for the remembrance we commemorate this day. You make wars to cease. You break the bow and cut the spear and burn the chariot in the fire. Cause us to be still and to know that you bend the arc of the universe towards justice and human dignity. Spirit of God, move again over the waters of your creation, drawing life from the chaos. Bring reconciliation to the nations, removing the bitterness, greed, and hatred that divide our hearts. Inspire the minds of all leaders with care for the needs of their people. Let truth be our standard as we seek to bring about a fair sharing of the goods of the earth. Help us to know you, calling to mind Jesus' words of true peace and human love, echoed through the ages by spiritual leaders from all traditions and by us who speak their wisdom. Let us never forget our veterans, who have faithfully served all of us. Move those who make decisions concerning their welfare to act with courage and wisdom to repay the debt we all owe them. We think particularly today of the men and women who have served in recent conflicts such as Afghanistan, Syria, and the Middle East. May they find just treatment and recompense. We remember with pride and gratitude the men and women who fought on the land, the sea, and in the skies to make the peace we enjoy possible, and for giving us the opportunity to build a better order of society in this, our country, Canada, for the generations still to come. We pray that the memory of their self-giving may inspire us to invest our energy, our strength, and our substance in building a world where we may live in peace and safety. Let the memory of their devotion ever be an example to us, that we at the last, being faithful unto death, may receive them with the crown of life. Make us instruments of your peace. Where there is hatred, let us sow love. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. The Divine Master grants that we may not so much seek to be comforted as to comfort, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is dying that we are born to eternal life.
Thank you, Reverend Mason. We'll now ask Andrea Fiello to play The Last Post, which will be followed by 2 minutes of silence. We'll now observe 2 minutes of silence.
Crack my back.
Good.
England, yeah. I will now ask the piper to play the lament. During the lament, I will read out the names of all those of our brothers, sisters, and members of the Legion who have passed away since we last gathered together.
It's gonna be 3 years worth.
Oh boy.
William Fleming Bailey, Eleanor Mary Fogle, Lloyd Davidson, Donald Leafroy Duffield, Brian James, Alan Jones, Wally Kane, Dennis Laberty, Mildred Lord, Murray Manley, Ella Pipperin, Roland Rivard, Joseph Rusa, Robert Siddons, Colin Summers, Richard Todd, and John Todd.
A lot less than I thought it'd be.
Good.
What? That's 3 years worth of deaths that they're calling out, right?
No.
Unless it's the last time we were here.
Alright.
This would have been 2,000.
If they had more than that, the Legion would be empty because they're having trouble recruiting members.
It's been since the
It
pandemic.
used to be you had to be either Canadian Forces or a relative of somebody who served in order
Let's
to get
sign
in.
up.
Now you
Hang
just
out
sign
at the
up.
old salts. Do cheese parties.
No.
Did Dad ever tell you about the cheese party?
No.
It's a good story. You should ask him about
No.
it.
Shocked the hell out of me when they had John's reception there. I guess that was the.
Jerry's mom's a
Thank you.
member. She used to work there.
Oh, yeah.
They shall not grow old,
Who's?
as we that have left grow old.
Oh, Gary's mom.
Age shall not weary them,
Right.
nor the years condemn.
Jerry's mom's
At the
home.
going down of the sun,
So
and in the
she
morning,
went from
we will
Woody's
remember
to
them.
there.
Thank you. We'll now have the wreath laying. For all those who wish to lay a wreath or have the names on one, please make their way over to the street over here. We will find all the wreaths and the name appropriately designed. Thank you very much. Also the colour gap. Thank you.
He doesn't like this much.
Neither did mine.
There's a crack top.
At this point in time, I would like to thank the City of Coquitlam and the Park Board for the poppy tribute on Veterans Way in Blue Mountain. As you probably can see, it was an absolute brilliant effort by the Parks Board and all those concerned. And the Legion will be open at 12 noon for drinks, food and any other refreshments you care to invite in. You can bring children in.
Let's go.
Grandchildren, any kind of children, even the ones that are 60 years old.
Let's get wrecked. Are you trying to corrupt a juvenile here?
Yes.
You want her to go and drink beer?
Yes.
Alicia?
Hmm?
Give him a smack.
No. Because no.
Do you want to go to the Legion, kiddo?
No.
For a pop or something?
No. Because no.
Because yes.
Because no.
Going for lunch after.
That's where the Legion. You buying?
I mean, people are moving around
We're going
now.
again this month, thanks to John. That computer didn't help anything.
You volunteered.
Yeah, but it's not. Hey, that's not even it. I still could have done that, no problem at all. If I hadn't
Dogs
been
think
such
today's the day to
a
scream
mess
and
because
shout.
of the way
Huh?
this didn't-
Today's dogs think that today is the day to scream and
Oh, they
shout.
don't know. They want to play with each other. They see all these other dogs around. They don't know. They think they're at the dog park.
It's park day.
Yeah. They want to say hello to all the dogs.
They want to scream.
They want to sniff each other's butts. That's what this guy wants to do. He's dying. He's looking at all the other dogs. He's like, why can't I go say hi? I know.
That guy's been somewhere with all those medals. He got out a bunch of medals that got stolen.
Well, every
Bruh.
veterans and people with
All your
sickle cell
grandfather's medals
disease.
were stolen by those thieves that broke into the house.
Bruh.
That includes the
The thing
politicians.
is, they're stealing something that has absolutely no significance to them other than a
Yeah, but you can get $50 for it at a pawn shop.
few ounces of freaking crack or something.
Pawn shops
Bagpipe
love war
people.
medals.
And those medals were extremely important to the family, really.
Is there a paramedic around here somewhere? We need a
But
paramedic.
now has no right
Oh,
to
shit.
own them.
I'm not a paramedic, but
The gun is nothing.
we got someone.
But they got
Lost.
We're gonna have an event like this with some of the
People who got caught with assault rifles, we better have a medical person.
Well, do you know why
we
they
don't
have
need those.
Do you know why they have those?
Because they get to look cool.
Well, because some
They get the
There's no credible threat. Unless there's a credible threat, there's no reason for them to be walking around.
Yeah, okay.
They do it every year. It annoys the crap out of me.
Well, whatever, shut up. You're annoyed at everything.
Sure am. A lot of things to be annoyed at.
Hello. People are walking around. People are walking around.
What are you doing? Are you videoing?